Hello and welcome everyone back to Final Fantasy XIV. As last time we finished up the Omega raids, got ourselves the cute little wind-up alpha we have here. Looking adorable as always, but the actual alpha's out off exploring the world. So there's all of that. As far as the we do have the Ivalice raids to do before we go to Metroid Prime, but I thought we'd break it up a bit and do some story stuff. Basically, the last bit of story that makes up Stormblood, in the same way we had that for Heaven's Ward. And the next, when we come back from Metroid Prime Remastered, we'll be doing, we'll just be starting from 4.4 and just going for it. And yes, Amy is here. There she is.
Hello.
So yeah.
Kiko's here too.
And yeah, Kiko's here too. So yeah, that's what all that's all about. Got all that going. I think there's like 8 quests or something like that making up this. And I saw Time Sage saying if you played Final Barline, you might have an idea of what's next. I think I do, because I have played Final Barline and I saw that character and I saw that thing. And I'm like, I think that's... I was like, oh, that must be into Stormblood. And it didn't appear. I'm like, oh, well, what's that all about? So we might be learning it. Chris Struck, thank you very much for that Tier 1 subscription. Very much appreciated. For those who are not up to date on the storyline so far, basically after we defeated Xenos, we got things established and going for the oh gosh, why am I blanking on their names? Lise and Lisa's people. I don't know why I'm blanking on it. Hi, Belle. Let's get you in the party. Yeah, we found the villain of the Doma section of the storyline, Yotsuyu, without her memories. And Alamegans, that's it. Thank you, Alpha. And so it turns out that she had completely lost her memory, and the Empire still wants her, but they also sent somebody to treat with the Domans to try to broker peace. They were going to hand over prisoners and do basically a prisoner exchange, and it seemed pretty okay. And the guy seemed, appeared okay, but me and Amy were immediately like, I don't know, there's something up with this guy. Turns out he's also the brother of Yotsuyu. Wanted her back, and before he left, after doing all these peace talks. Huh? Yotsuyu? Oh, it's Yotsuyu?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, Yotsuyu. You're right. Not Ya. He gave her a mirror, and, she was wondering what the heck's up with, who she actually is. And he revealed that he was a follower of Xenos. He really looked up to Xenos, and he is not happy that we killed Xenos. Although, turns out Xenos is not dead, which Amy is not fond of.
Boo!
So, yeah. We're just picking up with all that established and seeing what happens from there. Alpha says, nor should she be.
He stinks.
Mm-hmm. Whatever Asahi's planning, we cannot let him have his way. That's Yotsuyu's brother, by the way, Asahi. After all Lord Heian has done, the Empire cannot be suffered to hinder Doma's restoration. More often than not, it seems opportunity is wont to come knocking when scions are about. So long as you and yours remain here in Kugane, I am certain a profitable venture will present itself. There's Tataru. I will replenish our coffers. Wait and see if all goes as planned. We recoup the cost of Gosetsu's blade 10 times over. Oh yeah, Alphano decided to buy back Gosetsu's blade and spent way more than.
Look at the price.
What's that? He didn't even look at the price. I had no idea about the price. For Amy and I in our off time is at least started a little bit of that, and that seems pretty interesting. That seems pretty fun. But let's talk to Alpha now. I got one of these armors. All right. Ah, Milan, impeccable timing. We have just received a letter from Lord Hien. He writes that the Domans are coordinating their efforts with the Blue Kojin to maintain a constant watch over the Red. Yes, I did get to the scene where Asai gets up in our face. That was at the end of 4.2. By staying on the lookout for signs of crystal hoarding and the like, they mean to nip any summoning attempts in the bud, thereby satisfying the conditions for peace set down by the ambassador. For the Garleans' part, the Populares have sent word that a vessel bearing Doman conscripts is soon to arrive in Yangsha, which would seem that the prisoner exchange is to proceed as planned. Lord Hien requests your presence, and I share his view that you should be on hand at this critical juncture. According to the letter, Yotsuyu's memory has yet to return, so it looks like she'll be living out the rest of her days in Doma, assuming the ambassador means to honor the agreement, of course. Before we get to that, however, I think it would be wise to assess her condition one last time. If the Domans have missed any change in her mental state, however slight, it would be better if Asahi weren't the one to spot it. Agreed. Let us make straight ways for the Enclave then. Lord Hien will be waiting. Alright, I trust you will cope in our absence, Tataru? Don't worry about me, I'll be fine. Just be sure to come back safely. Time Sage says that scene where he gets up in your face is hilarious as a Lala because he bends over to get to eye level.
Make sure you talk to Tataru right now.
Oh, really? Alphano's been keeping a very careful count of his coins lately. I doubt he'd ask for a sip of water without asking the price first. Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah, almost at the point where you buy the full version, Chris Struck. That's exciting. All right. Oh, thank you. Wait, are we going to, why are we going to Namai?
Isn't that where we're supposed to go?
No. Cancel. It does that to us quite a bit. So if we go to teleport, we want to go.
Because it's the Doman.
Yes, we want to go to. Where is it? The Doman Enclave. Unfortunately, you can't do my free teleport. I don't like that they don't just show you the Doman Enclave when that happens. Especially because you can just teleport to it. Alright. Let's see what we're in for.
My worry is that she'll get her memory back and kill Gosetsu for real.
You hear that? Hear that? Amy's worry right now is that Yotsuyu will get her memory back and then kill Gosetsu, which would be kind of tragic because we already thought the guy was dead once.
Yeah, and he's one of my favorite characters.
Mm-hmm. Ever since he drained our coffers dry buying that sword, Alphano has had his purse strings in a death grip. I can't even buy a cup of tea without him going on about the dangers of frivolous spending. Oh my god. We know the broad strokes from his letter, but I would hear the details of our Doman friend's progress from Lord Hien himself. Ah, I see my letter reached you across the Ruby Sea. Thank you for coming so swiftly. Though I wrote it at some length on the subject of the forthcoming exchange, there was one other matter I neglected to mention. It concerns Gosetsu. As you may have observed, he returned from his ordeal rather the worse for the wear, and despite his best efforts to conceal his condition, or perhaps because of them, he recently collapsed.
What if he dies and that's what makes her remember for some reason?
Oh no.
Don't die, Gosetsu!
Good gods, is he alright? Confined to bed and grumbling without cease, but he has shown signs of recovery. He made me promise not to tell you, lest you worry unduly, which was all very well when you weren't here. Now that you are, however, I think it high time he received some visitors. Might you spare him a moment? Yotsuyu has scarce left his side, and I imagine you are curious to see what has become of her as well. We will visit him at once. Milan, Alice, shall we? Polyglot says, from my brother, whenever Gosetsu is not on screen, you should be asking, where's Gosetsu? Because he's the best. Hi, Oren Emily.
Mary's brother got a gifted sub to your channel, by the way.
Oh, did he? Oh, that's awesome.
Open wide now.
Like a father-daughter.
Please to you. I'm not so frail that I cannot feed myself.
Nah, he was enjoying that.
I grow weary of the taste of gruel.
You don't like it? Can I fetch you something else?
Aye, wine. Or if that is not wholesome enough, I don't know. A sweet persimmon from Namai? I enjoyed them in my youth.
A persimmon.
I always pronounce it persimmon.
Hey, pay me no mind. I am full. Besides, we have guests.
I hope we are not interrupting your meal. We had heard you were confined to bed and thought you might welcome some visitors.
Confined to... A gross exaggeration. A trifle drained from my exertions, perhaps. But with a little rest, I shall be fighting fit again in no time.
Take off your clothes.
Strip.
Gosetsu, is this how you've been spending your time?
Maybe?
My lady, I assure you, this is not...
Off with them. We need to wash you. You stink.
Alpha, no. Well then. Oh wow, he did it.
What are all these scars? There are so many of them.
A life of battle will leave its mark upon a man.
Oh yeah, he's a big boy. He's a... Oh boy. Oh right, it's from when she shot him.
Is something wrong, Tsuyu?
It's nothing. I'm fine.
What's the Rogaden? He's a Rogaden, that's right.
But leave me be, woman. I will not be fussed over like some newborn babe.
I almost forgot that she shot him.
Several times.
Yeah. They make a convincing pair, do they not? On first acquaintance, I would think him a doting grandsire and her a model grandchild. Indeed, had someone told me a year ago that I would live to bear witness to such a scene, I would have declared them mad. That aside, I am relieved to see Gosetsu has lost none of his spirit. But what a turn of events. I mean, for her to suddenly be watching over him. You couldn't make it up. Although I suppose Gosetsu is an old man. With the way he charges through life, it can be easy to forget. Aye, he has resisted this decrepitude with the same defiance he showed the enemies of Doma. But no matter how adamant his will, no man can carry on forever. He has pushed himself beyond the limits of endurance too many times. Even if his health returns, the fact remains. He will never again be the warrior he once was. He has given his all for his liege and land, and we will ask no more. And what of his nurse? If Yotsuyu is feigning that, well, she certainly has me fooled. This is no pretense. Hey, Yugiri. Out of all of us, I would think you the hardest to convince, so what makes you so sure? I have been spying on Yotsuyu from the shadows, waiting for the misstep that would betray her charade for what it was. Last of the Red Rose, I do enjoy Heian's design, so does Amy. Yep. That is her favorite. But her mask has never slipped, not once. She has remained in character from the first. One evening, I watched her as she sat in her chambers, unguarded and alone. She had taken the dishes from the cupboard and was pretending to prepare a dinner right there on the tatami. A child's game. Even the wariest shinobi would not go to such lengths. I can but conclude that her mind is truly broken. Well, that's good enough for me, and everyone else, I would hazard. By the way, how's the sound levels on and everything, just to make sure? Aye, the matter is settled. Yotsuyu will become Tsuyu and begin a new life here in Doma. Before that can happen, however, we will need to present her to the ambassador one last time to prove that her memory is truly gone. Oh, good. Okay, thank you, Fa. But I would not ask parading her in front of our returning conscripts. Her presence at the exchange would only stir up mutinous thoughts. Understandably, she has good as fastened the chains around their necks. Game was quiet, but I'm loud enough. Okay, it's hard to say exactly. I'll pop it up just a little bit. Aye, which is why I mean to conclude this business with Tsuyu first, out of the sight of my countrymen. Will you help me? We are at your service. There is no higher purpose than the pursuit of peace. My thanks. The Garleans are on their way, and we must prepare to welcome the ambassador. We will meet you at the docks with Tsuyu. Oh, it's a remix of a Final Fantasy VI track. I did not know that. I've not really played enough 6 to know that. Yugiri does not get her Gosetsu's affection. Oh, it's a remix of Cyan's theme. That makes sense considering Cyan's whole origin. Can't fly in here. Amy's already beat me here.
I'm waiting though because it starts out bad.
Oh. Can you imagine Yotsuyu playing with bowls on the floor? I don't know if we can think of her as the same person anymore. Shall we wait here then? Lord Heian should not be long. My friends, have you seen Tsuyu? She is nowhere to be found. What? But the Garleans will be landing in a matter of moments. If she's fled, could it mean that her memories have returned? I know not. Yugiri is scouring the streets as we speak, but it is possible Tsuyu has left the Enclave altogether.
Maybe she's getting a persimmon?
Maybe? Captain, a word. Did you perchance carry a fair-skinned woman across the river? A fair-skinned woman, my lord. I do not rightly know. I think, yes, my lord. Now that you mention it, there was a lady among the passengers whom I do recall having seen before. Do not recall seeing before. Her face was hidden by the brim of her hat, but I remember taking her hand to help her onto the boat. White as new-fallen snow it was. Was she someone important, my lord? Have I done something wrong? Wrong? No. No, I was merely hoping to catch our guest before she departed. Be at ease, Captain. Well, that's not good. Probably the persimmon, you're right, though. It would seem that Tsuyu has crossed the river. Kami help me, no good can come of this. Let's see. It's scouting, aiming, healing.
What's the dancer again? Would that be
Probably aiming. Would dancer be aiming for those who play? I think I'll probably just go casting for my summoner. Also, the previous Lord of Doma was Cyan, Cyan's original Japanese name, and Heian's childhood name was Shun, the name of Cyan's son in Japanese. Wow, I didn't realize it had such a... Yeah, dancer is aiming.
Thank you.
Let's see. It seems Tsuyu has gone unrecognized thus far, but Kami help us if someone catches a clear view of her face. I must find her before that happens. The responsibility for her disappearance for all of this lies with me, but I would ask for your aid nonetheless. We are at your service, Lord Heian, now as before. Now let us make the crossing and begin our search. Alright, there is no belts anymore. I forgot about that. You go on ahead. Someone should let Yugiri know what we've learned. I'll join you on the other side. We have no way of knowing where Tsuyu is headed, so we had best divide our forces. I will take Kusakari and its surrounds. Afano, if you would take the road to Castrum Fluminous. Milan, forgive me, but can I ask you to interrogate the residents of Yuzuka Manor? One of the Namazu may well have seen our quarry. If everyone is in agreement, let us board the skiff and hope that Kami smile upon our efforts. Alright. Oh, am I joining you? Alright, Amy's driving me. I'm getting first class service here. Yeah.
I have a couple things on my map.
Yeah, it's pretty nearby. Yeah, there's a ton of other side quests there. Dev team has thoughts about belts given some of the descriptions in 16. Really? Well, I'm curious about that. Welcome to Yuzuka Manor. Yes, yes. If there is anything you'd care to know, you need only... a pale-skinned woman. I have seen no such traveler, I'm sorry to say. Most sorry. Scaly-skinned Namazu, on the other hand, we have in abundance. I mean, it's still within these this sections. We just gotta go in here. Gotta talk to Gyokyu. Unusually pale skin? Yes, yes. I saw this woman on the way back from my fishing trip. She had just crossed the shallows east of here and was headed in a northeasterly direction, for the most part. Her steps did not seem certain. If you hurry, you might still catch her. Okay. Now we can ride together if you'd like.
You can drive.
Oh, okay. We're off. Not too far. It's got this chill music. Yep. Thank you, Final Fantasy XV. You see no sign of Yotsuyu to the north. Perhaps she is somewhere farther off to the northeast. Alright, get back in. So much for that. There's not much to that one, that's for sure. Jeez. It's quite the storm we got going on. What happened? Oh. Still no sign of Yotsuyu. Perhaps she is yet further to the northeast. And drenched in this weather. Yeah, no worries. Those of you not familiar with Final Fantasy XIV will get to feel the sting of us not being able to fly when we start Shadowbringers and go into the new areas. Yotsuyu is nowhere to be seen, but lying on the ground a short distance to the north, you spy a familiar-looking wide-brimmed hat. What's that?
Mary's and Diablo was born to her.
Oh, yeah. We've been told there is a duty as part of this whole set, so our friend Polyglot will be here to help us out. Cursory glance is all that's required to confirm your suspicions. It is the same hat Yotsuyu was wearing when you found her in Sakazuki, excuse me.
How appropriate the weather is.
Well, rainy. I have a feeling she's just going to Namai to get a persimmon. Milan, before you ask, our search of Kusakari and its surroundings has yielded exactly naught, save this chance reunion with you, I suppose. Mistress Alice has gone to assist her brother at the castrum. It was she who informed me of the situation. I joined Lord Heian here shortly thereafter. How did you fare at Yuzuka Manor? Any sign of our missing guest? Towards the Mai. By the Kami, if the villagers recognize her, it will not end well. We must hurry. Yugiri and I will check the patties. The village square is yours. This poor girl is going to get attacked.
Greetings. Might I have one of your... Wait! Please! I only wanted a persimmon.
Yep, you were right.
Kami, save us! Her spirit has returned!
She's back from the dead to seek her revenge!
Milan, you should probably step in.
Yeah, somebody needs to get in there.
Yep, there's a wolf people. There's a wolf tribe in this. You don't get to play as them, but they are around.
It can't be. She couldn't have survived.
Oh boy.
What did I do? As if you don't know!
Good people of Namai, be at ease, I pray. You have naught to fear.
My lord, forgive me, but what is that monster doing here? They told us she was dead.
I too was surprised to learn of her survival. More even than you, I would hazard. 'Twas I who cut her down, I who left her to her fate. But it would seem the Kami had other plans. By some miracle, both she and Gosetsu were spared when the keep collapsed, though Yotsuyu's preservation came at the cost of her memory.
I don't know why my computer is struggling with, like, I don't struggle with any other game, but for whatever reason, it does seem to be, I'm not dropping frames or anything. I even did stuff that should better run it, but I don't know. Yeah, the rain's probably giving us the trouble.
You're saying she's forgotten everything she's done?
Lies! Lies, my lord! She would say anything to escape punishment!
What does it matter? We have not forgotten her crimes, and we demand justice! I beg of you, Lord Heian, draw your blade and rid us of this canker!
Twitch's compression struggling because of the weather. I see.
It's all true.
I'm sorry. I'm so
No. Fiora is Tataru.
The little girl that's got caught.
Sorry. I'm not. We're supposed to forgive you.
Is that Fiora?
I don't know. I haven't heard her yet.
Oh.
Here, there's no need to cry.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Can't you see how scared she is? How can you be scared of her? She's not the same.
You can always recognize Fiora's voice. Little girl showing all you up.
Until such time as her memories return, this woman shall be known as Tsuyu and treated as a citizen of Doma. I will, however, see that she is watched at all times. Rest assured that there will be no more unannounced visits to the village. As your lord, I ask that you leave her fate in my hands and suffer her to live, for now.
Please, Issei.
All right. I'll keep my peace. As long
Hopefully
as
audio is still coming through
that's
just
all that
fine.
matters.
I'm getting the barn fuel. 'Cause that sounds delicious.
Honestly, that's kind of the best for me as well. Meat and vegetables swaddled in a thin shell of crispy fried batter. That does sound really nice. Sumumoeni, no, the tribes I doubt will ever become playable. They've announced the last thing they're working on as far as what's that?
Sorry, it's not Alpha.
Oh, the last thing that they will be adding as far as playable races are the female. What are the cat people? Like the lion-looking people.
Oh. I'm blanking on it.
Rothgar, yeah, female Rothgar. And Amy loves them, so she really is curious what the female Rothgar are going to look like. All of this over Persimmon. Failed to consider how she might endanger herself. Knowing that she has the mind of a child, I should have continued my vigilance, not relaxed it. Even Polyglot may switch races when they're added. Have to see what that design looks like.
'Cause I love the Rothgar.
I could see that being a part of the next expansion.
Yeah.
I don't know why everyone is so angry, but I got the fruit Gosetsu wanted. I hope he likes it. It's all Gosetsu's fault.
No.
That would have been better avoided, but at least it did not end in bloodshed. And judging by Suyu's reaction, she remains oblivious to the events of her former life. This was no escape attempt. Nay, it seems it was an offhand request of Gosetsu's which brought her to Namai. She came in search of a persimmon. Huh, and they say fruit is good for the health. I do hope Gosetsu finds the taste to his liking. Well, we have certainly taken the long way around, but let us continue on to Castron Fluminus and our meeting with the ambassador. Alphino and Alice should still be there, conducting their search. Alright. Nope, we gotta travel. I was gonna see if we could teleport, but I was hoping we'd leave this area so the issues with the choppiness.
Maybe it's the rain.
I think it's the rain. I don't think it was choppy before that. I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why it does it, but because everything. Oh, encoding overloaded. Considering turning down the video settings or using faster encoding preset. Okay. Can I do that midstream? Oh wait. Look at this, Amy.
Ooh. Yay.
I'll see if we can.
As long as your car lands, then you're good.
Oh. There we go.
Nice. Gotta get my keyboard.
There we go. Never gonna do all of these, but we got there.
Hey, we passed one.
Yeah. So, Eggroll, we actually fought Ultros during the post Realm Reborn content. We actually already fought Ultros.
And Ultros is
Okay.
like the gold saucer sometimes.
Hmm. All right. So, edit graphics in the game, no problem. So let me go into that.
Is it your game or your software?
I'm not sure if it's the game or not.
I'm not sure if it's in the box.
It
Oh, wait, it's
it,
in
it
the
should yeah
Hildebrand.
it's in the Hildebrand section. Look for the first stuff mentions of Hildebrand. I mean everything's set to high because my computer runs it just fine. It's just I don't know. Polyglot, any suggestions on what to lower? Because I don't know this stuff.
It wasn't your streaming software didn't give you a suggestion?
I mean, it just says consider turning down the video settings or using a faster encoding preset. So, my encoding, my bitrate for the encoding is at 6,000. Should
She said shadows are easy and not too obvious.
I guess I could try increasing the bitrate. Guess we'll find out.
Real-time
Real-time
reflections.
reflections and shadows. So let me try increasing the bitrate first and see if that does anything. There we go. Went to 7,000. That did the trick. Cool. Is that better? It looks still a little choppy, but is that better, guys, or it's still a bit?
Maybe the real-time reflections first before shadows.
Looking better still, and will no doubt be better once the rain stops. Are you in, Amy?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll try raising it to 8,000. And as long as we're not dropping frames, it should be okay. Okay, there's 8,000. Stupid rain. Alright, well, let's hope that's enough. Do we have to stay here long? He'll be waiting for his fruit. Whoops. I was sure Yotsuyu had fled, but it seems her memory hasn't returned after all. How foolish of me not to consider Gosetsu's craving for seasonal fruit.
I'm surprised there was no persimmon in the area.
Yeah. The Imperial airship has arrived. Whether our conscripts are aboard remains to be seen. I'd also like it to be smooth for when we do those fights, like when we had to fight the train and it was all choppy. Alright. Lord Hien informed us of the uproar in the Mai. Thank the 12 of you found Yotsuyu when you did. I dare not think what might have happened had you not. Okay. It seems our Imperial guests have already arrived. It is time to meet with the ambassador. Please stop with the rain. Oh, thank God. That should be nice and smooth for us. Ah, the smoke particle effects rather than the rain. There we go.
What a pleasure it is to see you once
Are
more,
those
Lord Hien.
coffins?
Not to mention my dear sister.
A pleasure to see you too, Ambassador. Forgive us our late arrival. You have our people aboard the airship?
Exactly as agreed. We would leave you in no doubt as to the purity of our intentions. I dare say it was the self-same spirit of cooperation which prompted you to bring Yotsuyu here today.
Indeed. Before excluding her from the exchange, I thought it only fair that you see her condition for yourself. Physically, she is in fine health, but her mind is unchanged.
So I see.
I don't
But
like the
all
sound of this.
need not necessarily be lost. In anticipation of this tragic turn of events, I took the liberty of inviting some special guests.
What's this kid up to? Oh no, it's the parents.
Ah, Yotsuyu. You look well.
She did not have a good childhood.
Of all the people.
Is something wrong, dear sister? These are our beloved parents. Does not the sight of them bring back sweet childhood memories?
Oh, he's absolutely trying to dredge up trauma. Force her to remember.
Aww.
Gosetsu. I have to take this to Gosetsu.
It would seem my little surprise was not sufficient.
Oh, he's totally a poop or an Emily.
You needn't glare at me so, Lord Hien. I merely did what any loving son would do for his family. Lest you doubt, I am content to leave the acting viceroy in your care. Pray,
guy sucks.
treat her as you would any daughter of Dorma.
Full of himself and absolutely, acts civilized, but just...
Do not too fond of this place, dear sister.
And then pulls crap like
You
this.
will come back to us ere long.
We continue with the exchange as planned, then.
Very good. The structure across the river should serve our needs. We shall await you there with the conscripts. If you would bring your captives.
Agreed. Until then, Ambassador.
Just keeps pushing her and pushing her. Oh no, not the rain. I knew better than to trust Asahi, but that was a dirty trick. Still, unpleasant as it was, we have at least put the matter of Tsuyu's future to rest. I have sent her back to the Enclave with Yugiri to give Yosetsu his precious persimmon. Come, let us follow them. You have that look, Alphino. What is it? Oh, nothing of consequence, most like. We can discuss it upon our return. Oh, the rain stopped. Yay! Thank God. I suppose Tsuyu is to become an official Doman citizen, but what then? Will they keep her hidden here forever? Or might she one day be allowed to walk amongst her countrymen? So it would seem there will be one less prisoner at the exchange. I only hope Yotsuyu's presence here will not present further problems. We should pay a visit to Gosetsu and reassure him about Tsuyu's fate. He will want to know that the Empire has finally relinquished its claim on her.
Gosetsu, are you awake?
My lord, come in, come in. When Tsuyu returned, her eyes were red from weeping. She spoke not a word, simply sat and peeled some fruit she'd brought for me. She then claimed weariness and retired to her chamber. Tell me, what happened to upset her so?
The ambassador arranged a surprise reunion with her foster parents. A misguided attempt to restore Yotsuyu to her senses. It was plain their presence caused her great distress, but she seemed otherwise unaffected.
Yotsuyu was mistreated as a child, was she not? It was a cruel trick to use her tormentors like that, knowing the pain it could cause.
He or us.
You mean just said Asahi, he and us.
I like this Asahi less and less.
Be that as it may, he has agreed to allow Yotsuyu to remain with us in Doma. Our primary concern now is to hand over the prisoners without incident and bring our people safely home.
There was one other detail at the meeting which caught my attention. I assume you all noticed the rather suspect crates within the castrum. The Imperials were quick to retrieve them afterwards, but I wonder...
Out with it, brother. You fear they might contain bombs or war machines?
If the ambassador wanted me dead, he has had ample opportunity. No, assassination is not his intent, but we should be on our guard for other acts of treachery.
My lord! Forgive me, but the Lady Yotsuyu, she's gone.
Oh boy.
Gone?
I beg your pardons, my lords. I was certain she'd fallen asleep.
No, no, the responsibility is mine. 'Twas I who gave her a room instead of a cell. She may simply have wandered outside. We will organize search parties. Might I call upon your assistance?
Cannot be easy to sit cross-legged in my armor. Looks really uncomfortable.
What do you think this time? Is she running away?
Maybe.
Uh-oh.
Help!
That's a bad sign. Oh, that's the parents.
Mm-hmm.
Help! Help me!
So we have the power to see people's pasts. Oh, he totally deserves it.
If only I hadn't remembered. He should hate me.
Nope, her memories are back.
But I will not suffer his kindness. Not after what I did to him.
Who's there?
Oh, it's you. What are you doing out here in the dark?
Are they here?
I don't know.
This is the Enclave, is it? When the soldiers dragged us back to Doma, you were the last person I expected to see.
You're the bane of our existence, Yotsuyu. A font of misery.
Oh, good. They're pleasant as ever.
You couldn't even do us the simple courtesy of dying, could you? Oh, no. You had to live and taint us with the shame of your failure. We had a perfect life in the capital, and now they're making us wallow in this muddy ruin like common swine.
Now, dear, that'll do. There seems little point in berating the girl when she scarcely remembers her own name. Our time would be better spent contemplating how we're to survive this unhappy predicament. You've kept your looks at least. I suspect you'd fetch a handsome price with the right buyer.
Ready to sell her again.
To get us to Kugani and start a new business.
Ah, my beloved parents. No sooner do I wake from gentle slumber than the world returns in all its cruelty. Yes, this is how it always was. How it was meant to be. Very well. If I cannot escape my nature, then I shall embrace it. To the very depths I have sunk. My soul steeped in spite and rotten to the core. The self-righteous hide behind justice, but I need no such mask. Father, Mother, was it not you who made me into this monster? Who taught me the truth of this miserable world? For years I knew naught but the taste of pain and humiliation. But the time has come to savor my vengeance against Doma. Against all my enemies.
Yep.
And it begins with you!
Yotsuyu!
Yeah, he kind of deserved that. Selling into prostitution potentially twice. Mm-hmm. I just stop there and go live with Gosetsu.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
He set it up. You know he did.
Of course he set it up, but just he sacrificed his own parents. Yeah.
Dear sister, did I not say you would come back to us?
Now kill him.
Yeah, seriously.
Brother dearest, what a surprise. You always were a cold-blooded little worm. I doubt you thought twice about sending our parents to their deaths.
Your dagger yet drips with their blood, and you presume to judge me?
Yes.
To be frank, I didn't think you had the strength to slay them so cleanly. A single thrust each. I'm impressed. But surely you can't be satisfied with murdering a pair of doddering elders. You yearn for a deeper vengeance, and the power to see it through.
Yeah, let's kill you.
Yeah. He's got armor on, though.
Yeah, he's actually proficient with a blade. Wait, Hunter, will I ever play Final Fantasy VI on stream? If it's requested. I know that is one that is highly, that comes up a lot. So
I don't want to die.
Smack his hand away.
Yeah, it's a bit late.
I know, it's...
Any sign of her?
It'd be... I honestly would love to see Amy's reactions to Final Fantasy IV, really, Final Fantasy IV to current.
I knew what would happen if she recovered. And still, I did nothing. You say she left with her brother? Whatever he wants with her, he was willing to pay for it with his parents' lives.
Or in Emily, I'm about 11.8 thousand away, and right now it's either Final Fantasy VI or Tactics Ogre Reborn. Ooh, I'm honestly down for either of those.
But this is neither the time nor the place. We must gather the others.
Oh, Kai might have just woken up. He got one of his coughing fits. Hold on, guys. We're going to check on Kai real quick. He might have just coughed himself awake. As much as I like he desperately needs advisors, yeah. What should we do, Amy?
I don't know, he's still laying down.
He's still laying down, but... Should we go there in there and lay with him or something?
I'm just gonna see if he lays back down, like if he settles down.
Okay, we're just gonna wait and see if he settles down real quick. I'm just...
You can keep going, I'll just have to catch up.
You sure?
Yeah, it's fine.
All right. Feels distracted to hear him crying in the background. I feel so bad for him. No, you don't. I'm not saying that you should go. I just feel bad for him. Like I should go help him. The recent as soon as it gets a digital release, I'll be playing it. But right now, they're only saying about it being on Game Boy Advance for the Shantae Shantae Advance game. We've recovered the Nurse's remains and will hold the cremation anon. But they had never again set foot in Doma. I broke the news to Gosetsu myself. He was quiet. I think it best that he be allowed some time alone with his thoughts. Okay, save that one. Okay, I have my phone right here, so... Thanks, Amy. So, my friends, that which we feared has come to pass. Yotsuyu has regained her memory and returned to the Imperial fold. It is by any measure a cruel twist, not least for Gosetsu, but one which does not invalidate our agreement. According to the terms of the contract, we're bound to surrender Yotsuyu into the Guardian's hands should her condition improve prior to the hour of the exchange. By that reckoning, all is, if not as it should be, then as it must be. This I can accept. But what I cannot accept is that are the unconscionable lengths to which Asahi went to achieve this outcome. Given his recent conduct and his apparent admiration for Xenos, it is plain he cannot be trusted. And that is to say nothing of the unexplained containers he insists on bringing to our meetings. Whatever the ambassador is planning, I think it is unlikely our negotiations will end peacefully. In the event of hostilities, the safety of the conscripts must be our first concern. As such, I would have an escape route in place before the meeting begins. A wise precaution. If the main structure of the Castrum Fluminus is to be the stage for the exchange, then I believe a thorough inspection is in order. The Citadel has stood empty ever since the Imperial withdrawal. While we took steps to ensure that it could not be defended by an occupying force, it is entirely possible that the ambassador has arranged things there to his advantage. I will slip inside and make certain we have an unobstructed exit. Oh yeah, admiration. He really looks up to Xenos because he saved his life once. Pray allow me to join you. I have some experience with Imperial facilities, and should matters make a turn for the worse, I would hope to at least be of some use. Very good. That should be enough to guarantee us a way out of the Castrum. Beyond that, however, we will need a ship to ferry the conscripts back to the Enclave. Even with every skiff we have, it would take several trips to evacuate everyone. A Confederate Sekibune, on the other hand, would require only a single run and leave us far less vulnerable on the water, assuming, of course, Rasho could be convinced to part with one. Might I take the lead on this? I had dealings with Rasho and his pirates before. And I won't be alone, will I, Milan? can count on me. Much appreciated. I quite fancy parleying with pirates again. It's just a shame Lise won't be there to reprise her role. I am certain you would make a persuasive pair, but I think I will accompany you to these negotiations all the same. My lord, the ruler of Doma should not be seen consorting with common brigands. Come now, Yugiri. They stood with us against the Empire. If we would ask their aid once more, we must treat with them as equals. My presence shall serve to demonstrate our sincerity. Indeed, my lord. Pray forgive my presumption. By your leave, Master Alphino shall be about our tasks. And we should be on our way to Onokoro. Time is short and Rasho may take some convincing. Alright. Off to Onokoro. If I'm able, I'm going to try to wait for Amy so we can see the... so we can do the duty together, because you know the big stuff is going to happen at that duty, and I want her here so we can see her reaction. In my mind, Yotsuyu is deserving of only one fate. Memory loss be damned. And if you don't have the stones for it, we would be happy to take on the burden. It'll be over nice and swift. She's saying, she just told me that he might be back asleep. He turned over and is quiet for now, so she's just going to give him a little bit of time. Now there is a face I did not expect to see. What brings the noble lord of Doma into the company of bilge rats such as we? It is a gorilla, Cat Evie. If you come to offer Doman chains in place of Garlean ones, then I'm afraid you've wasted a trip. What fine subjects you would make. With your fleet at our disposal, our restoration efforts would be hastened tenfold. But let us speak seriously. I stand before you not to demand your fealty, but to request your aid once more. Mayhap you are confused. Doma's liberation was but a means to an end. We aided you only to save ourselves. Now we have no such incentive. We have sworn no oath to you, and will not come running like hounds at their master's whistle. And I would not presume to treat you thus. I came to petition your cooperation as an ally of equal standing. Equal standing, you say? Seems a bit lopsided to me. Where's the profit for us in all of this? Profit? Must you always think in such short-sighted terms? Have you ever heard of doing the right thing? Oh no. Honestly, if I'm gonna play the old Final Fantasies at this point, I'd honestly probably do it with the redone translations and whatnot. Like, I wouldn't go for Final Fantasy V PS1 because God, that translation is awful. That's where I first experienced it, and I think that's why I did not do it, or did not finish that game, because, oh boy. And for whatever reason, I never picked up the advanced versions, GB Advance. Now, granted, as you saw during the Streamathon, I have a special NES and Super NES, and I do have access to those advanced versions if we want to play those. But yeah. Yeah, the soundtrack. The soundtrack is I heard the biggest problem with 6 Advance. The version of Final Fantasy IV I played, I forget which version it was. I have played the DS version though, and I know people say that's really hard, but yeah. I did that very, I handled it no problem because I had no prior knowledge to it. I just really like Final Fantasy IV. Okay, it looks like Kai's asleep, so I'm going to go rescue Amy because she was in the room with him. So I will be right back. Just on a rescue mission, and yes, honestly, I'd probably play the Pixel remasters because we got the improved stuff like that and the improved music. So, yeah, I'll be right back. Yeah, Kiko is very comfy, right? While we were gone. Oh yeah, Final Fantasy IV PSP is gorgeous. No doubt about that. Oh, I'll take care of it. You go ahead and catch up. When you get to Tansui saying, "Have you heard of pirates?" Go for it, because we in the chat determined that we're not doing that duty without you. We want your reaction as well.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh boy. I feel weird playing the game all the way over here.
It's alright. Come on, Cat.
Before I do that, kitty surprise. Hello, Callie. She had her vet annual checkup today. And everything is good. She got a great report. Her teeth are clean. No tartar or anything. She's a healthy weight. Everything looks good. No weird sounds, no murmurs, none of that. So she's doing good.
Yeah, I'd love to pick up the Pixel remasters. I'm sort of just waiting for. I'm hoping for a Final Fantasy often gets discounts, so I'm hoping for one of those. And actually, what I need to remember is if I need to try to remember this, Alan Wake Remastered is on PS Plus right now, and that is coming up for our short streams eventually. So definitely want to pick that up so I have that ready to go. Not actually have to buy it. No. As far as you know what? I've not put them on my. Let me put them on my wish list. We're here hanging out. We're just hang out for now until Amy catches up with us. No big deal. Let me get that on. Let's take a look at the Pixel remasters. I don't know. Some part of me thinks it'd be kind of fun to stream Final Fantasy 1 through 6, but we have such a long request backlog. There it is, Final Fantasy. Yep, Kitty is doing very well, Chris Struck. Yes, the 1 through 6 bundle is still $75. I guess it's... Should I do all of them or just one? God, I still need to pick up Pixel Remaster. Or not Pixel Remaster, Crisis Core. I want to play World of Final Fantasy at some point. Alright. Let's go ahead and add the bundle. Secret underground streams like concerts. Need to get to bed, but maybe you stream Final Fantasy 1 through 6 after you complete 10 retrospectives. That'll be a while. That would definitely be a while. But yeah, you sleep well, Egg Roll. Thanks for joining. I'm going to put all the individual ones on wishlist as well, just in case. Let's see. The cool thing about the Pixel Remasters, though, is I've only technically beaten 1 and 4. I've made it all the way to the end of 3, thanks to 3DS. That feels weird to say, 3DS. But I couldn't beat the Crystal Tower. It was too much for me. I hear Pixel Remaster, it's a little bit easier. But yeah, I have quite the backlog of Final Fantasy, even though I love the series. 2, 3, technically. 5, 6, 12. I guess technically 14, 15, and 16. And yes, the Make It Rain event is still happening.
Is there anything happening here? There's a lot of friends here.
That's just hanging out with us. Rip anyone who plays 2. I know. I know 2 is always a rough game. I don't have to play 2, but some part of me is also kind of interested in it. When you get to the thing saying, have you ever heard of pirates? That's where I'm at. Then we can pick up. I imagine that's the thing. I feel like Pixel Remaster helps a lot of those older games in just making it easy. Oh, he's coughing again, poor guy. I got the 8 remaster, I guess nicer looking one, I forget what they call it, but yeah, there we go, that's it. But I have not played it yet. Eventually I want to check it out. Anyway, have you ever heard of pirates, little miss? You'll find we're simple souls. You pay our tithe, you sail in peace. Deny us our due and we take it by force. We'll pull you out of the water if we see you drowning, but we are not in the business of doing something for nothing. Calm yourself, Mistress Alice. We did not come here to moralize. We came here to talk, and there is more to be said. According to records we recovered after the liberations, relatives of your Doman-born brethren were among those conscripted into the Imperial Army, and as you may be well aware, we recently negotiated the return of said conscripts. Many, alas, will arrive to find no families waiting for them, no homes to grant them shelter. I would ask that you offer them a place in the Confederacy. You would not be rescuing strangers, but welcoming brothers and sisters into your ranks. And has not the Confederacy been in need of new recruits? Yes, let's make more pirates. You seem well informed of our affairs, Lord Hien. The losses we suffered at the Garleans' hands are no secret, but since we drove them out of Doma, the Ruby Sea has come alive with traders and travelers. So many vessels to tax, so few pirates to tax them. We could do with some more hands on deck, and doubly so if they're familiar with the inner workings of the Empire. Very well. The Confederacy agrees to your request. You will have your ship. But before that, you must do something for me. The vessel I have in mind was damaged during your battle with the Empire. Though we have mended her, she has yet to be declared seaworthy. She is sound enough down below, but when you load her up with conscripts and the waterline rises, those upper planks had best be free of cracks. Assuming you want your people to stay dry, you will do me the favor of swimming around the hulk to check for weaknesses. That is, if Doman Lords are not averse to getting their robes wet. Not this, Doman Lord. If we each inspect a third of the ship, it shall be done in a trice. That is the spirit. The ship is moored at Quickscape Pier. Our apprentice shipwright will be on deck to hear your report. Look for a lad named Ihanashi. And I thought I had a knack for parleying with pirates. For the record, my previous attempt was an unmitigated success, and yes, I should have quit while I was ahead. Poor Alice. 7 was my first polyglot, but 9 is my favorite. Well, well, I thought the rumors exaggerated, but the young lord lives up to his reputation. So many people. Oh wait, it's up here. Oh, hey. See where I'm at, Amy? There's another lookout. Inspecting a ship, and I'm just reminded of me having the section of One Piece I'm in. Ian's just having fun. Yeah, Yugiri would not have enjoyed that. Upon closer inspection, you spot a small crack in one of the planks. Come on. It's funny seeing everybody here. I am the shipwright, or apprentice shipwright. Did you find anything that might need attention? The section I inspected seems solid enough. On the port side, near the bow, you say? Alright, I'll have a look and see what I can do. Oh yeah, I don't know how to turn off mount music, so I'll have to look into that. My apologies, I seem to have lagged behind. I could float in that gentle sea all day. Otherwise, I'm happy to report no visible cracking or holes in my section of the hull. You're Lord Heian. The captain sent you to inspect the hull? Kami, have mercy. Forgive us this discourtesy, my lord. Huh, 'tis quite all right. In fact, I rather enjoyed it. I take it you're of Doma. Yes, my lord. The Imperials took my father away after the uprising, and I had nowhere else to turn. The Confederacy became my family. But someone told me they're releasing the conscripts now. Maybe my father will be among them. Not that I can go back. There's no leaving once you've joined. How fair is Our Lady? Is she seaworthy? I think that's a Moogle necklace he's wearing. Like a black Moogle. Captain, we found a small crack on the port side, but I'll have it fixed before you know it. Kiragos is looking forward to me seeing the first punishment in Danganronpa 2. I see you've met the boy. Did he tell you his story? He babbles when he's nervous. Should his father be among the conscripts, as he hopes, I mean to give him the choice to leave this life. If he so chooses, I expect you to see they are provided for. I've heard that those who join the Confederacy forswear all ties with kin and homeland. Is that oath so easily put aside?
That's so nice of him.
If I allow it. It really is. It's a good pirate. I see in him the lad I was 25 years ago. You say the words, you mean them, but the yearning for home still lingers. My family is long dead, and I know this life is my lot, but he has scarce dipped his toes with us. If there is life for him in Doma, he should have the chance to live it. Well said. The Empire's conquest has uprooted many and more. Be it in Yangsha or out on the Ruby Sea, we have a duty to ensure that Ihanashi and others like him are free to dwell where they desire. Then the matter is settled. I will make preparations to cast off. Well, my friends, it seems we have our ship. Let us return to the Enclave. The interesting thing about Final Fantasy XIII in retrospect is the biggest thing, its biggest legacy is actually the stagger system. Just about every single player Final Fantasy since then has utilized the stagger system. Jason Rocks, thank you very much for that tier 2 subscription. 33 months now. Let's hear it for month 33. Give it up for month 33, everyone. Heck yeah. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Alpha Note tells me they had little trouble finding a suitable route out of the castrum, but he won't say much more than that. If I didn't know better, I'd think he was hiding something, though I can't imagine what. We found the castrum's tower unoccupied and betraying no signs of recent activity. Only shadows and echoes await us there. Shadowbringers. Oh my gosh. Alpha Note seemed oddly reluctant to linger, but I saw naught to concern us. The castrum was deserted, quite deserted, which was a simple matter to plot the surest path out, hence our swiftness. What did he see? It seems Yugiri and Alphino completed their task before us. They have been waiting. We scouted the structure and determined the swiftest path to safety. In the event of hostilities, we will lead the conscripts outside with all possible haste. From there, the Confederacy has pledged a ship to ferry us across the One River. Now we have but to attend to exchange and pray to the Kami these precautions were unnecessary. Let's see. Strength, dexterity, vitality. Strength, why not? Whatever. I'm never going to use it.
Oh, I don't like this picture.
No, that's a bad picture. The primary agreement. While we were putting our contingency plans in place, I left Hakuro in charge of organizing transport for the Imperial prisoners. We will see that they arrive. He will see they arrive at the appointed hour, leaving us free to rendezvous with our Confederate allies. Come, they await us on the riverbank not far from the castrum. I'll exit so we can teleport together.
Aww, seeing everybody.
I know, such cheers.
Oh, look at Jerry's little minion.
Oh, Hedgehoglet.
No,
Oh.
bunny.
Oh, I missed the bunny. There it is.
It's so cute.
Oh, yeah. Finding way. I'm aware of the ways. Yep, am I. Oh, thank you. Got so many friends willing to join us for this 4-person duty.
Oh, is it? 4 person?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's only going to be 4 people. Alright. Oh my gosh. Are we there yet? No. Are we there yet? No. Are we there yet? She is like a little kid. Oh, it's 8-person, according to Polyglot. Oh, cool. Well, there we go. That works out. That'd be nice, Time Sage. I'd like that. Down we go. No matter what Asahi throws at us, we cannot let that monster have his way. Would that we had some hint as to the ambassador's intentions. Had we not prepared for the worst, I should be wary of going through with this at all. Guess I gotta get closer. The tower rather spoils the view across the river, does it not? I can see we might perhaps have chosen a less ominous place to conduct the exchange. My only concern is the safe return of our people. That is what my lord wishes, and that is what shall be done. Do not worry about the ship. It will be where it needs to be, and with Tansui at the helm. Aye, and ready for what lies ahead, I trust. Lest there be any confusion, though, the tower across the water is to be the scene of the exchange. That, and whatever else Asahi has planned. But regardless of the ambassador's intentions, we will bring our people home. Yugiri, you are to evacuate the conscripts at the first sign of trouble. Yes, my lord. We, meanwhile, shall cover their escape and lend what support we can. Your ship awaits you at the Castrum's loading docks. She will see you safely home. Then all stand ready to play their part. Come, let us be about it. Oh, Alpha knows all about that ominous foreshadowing, Polyglot. You just know things are not going to go well here. Not in the slightest.
At last, the hour has come. The conclusion to these negotiations will mark a new beginning for Dorma and the Empire. A first step on the road to peaceful coexistence.
Indeed. We are ready to proceed with the exchange when you are. Forgive my curiosity, Ambassador, but is there a purpose to these containers you bring with you?
Oh, the supply crates. They are filled with materials we hoped might be of use in Dorma's restoration. I meant to gift them to you at our last meeting, but we had so much else to discuss.
How very generous. I confess I had not expected such compassion.
Thanks, Lon Lon. I'll probably use that, try to do that probably after this.
But then I was also surprised by the news that one of our captives had delivered herself into your custody ahead of time. A minor discrepancy I shall overlook in the spirit of the occasion.
Are you perhaps referring to me, Lord Hien?
Yep, back in her outfit.
Yotsuyu.
Orphan of the Nairi, widow of Sashihai, and acting viceroy of Dorma. You and your people are mine to govern, mine to punish.
Well, well. It would seem your shattered mind is mended. As per our agreement with the Ambassador, you are free to return with him to the Empire. Your authority as acting viceroy, however, is no longer recognized here.
My position is not for you to decide, little lordling. All who resist the rule of the Empire must be purged. Such was the order given to me by Lord Xenos himself. I will reign here in this putrid, pestilent swamp until the last of you has been broken. This land shall know no dawn. I will spew forth darkness and drown all in eternal night. And high above you I shall shine, uncaring, cold and distant as the moon!
Oh.
I had a feeling it was crystals.
Oh no.
It's time for Xenos.
She made herself a primal.
Oh, it's her? I thought it was going to be a Xenos thing.
No.
What has she done?
Oh gods, this is a summoning.
Oh, she's going to do the same thing Xenos did?
Yeah.
Fuse.
Fuse, or maybe something similar to what Lady Iceheart did with Shiva. Oh boy. Yeah, more like Iceheart. I thought so.
Endwalker time.
No, it's gotten so far away.
Hopefully she'll take out her stupid brother.
I don't think we'll be that lucky.
She gonna be a Ninetales?
Nope. So I did have this form spoiled to me thanks to Theater Rhythm. But I thought it was at the end of Stormblood, not at the end of this.
Oh wow.
It's an awesome design though.
That is a cool design. She kind of looks like Nia's ascended form.
A dormant citizen has called
Oh, yeah.
an icon in direct violation of our primary agreement. The negotiations have failed.
Wow, what a
Find the
jackass.
captive and make preparations to withdraw.
But Ambassador,
Disobey me, Pilus, and you disobey the Emperor. Make preparations to withdraw! Now!
as you command.
At least he almost had sense.
My lord, you must fall back!
You ask me to run?
Leave this to me.
A strategic withdrawal.
Ah, against such a foe, I would be more hindrance than help. The field is yours.
Yeah, the music is excellent.
Sith, spare my pride, would you? I know this foe is beyond me. The field is yours.
Bah, against such a foe I would be more hindrance than help. The field is yours.
We will withdraw, but not without our countrymen. I want every soul accounted for. Every soul!
My lord. I knew you would not flee. I see now the strength which flows from that baleful light of yours. But I have become Tsukuyomi, goddess of the moon and divinity of night. What power can compare to such celestial majesty? I shall plunge all I despise into darkness. And within that black abyss, even your light shall flicker and fail. Come, let Let us cast the stalks and look upon the fate of Dorma. I see a future in which the sun sets on this wretched land. Once and for all!
Well, she would not allow herself kindness, so she threw it all away. All right. Oh. We got to party up, so I got to exit the Yansha. Alright. Someone Wendy says, so fun fact, Tsukuyomi is the Japanese goddess of the moon, and the sacred imperial treasure associated with her is a mirror.
Does she have rabbit-like ears because of the rabbit association with the moon?
Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to just make it our party because Sun already has a party set up.
What do I have to do?
I just disbanded, so just accept Sun's invite. She might be a rabbit. But we have chickens.
Where do I leave?
Off to the side there. Yep. Now we just need to wait for you. Oh, the bunny bits are definitely inspired by the rabbit on the moon. Alright, we got our full party. Wait, did we ever actually take on the duty? Unlock it?
I think it unlocked.
Oh yeah, I think you're right, you're right. Where is it? Castrum Fluminous? Yeah, there it is. Alright. Let's join. Well, let's see how this goes. This is one of the best Stormblood trials. Enjoy. Oh boy. Still has the pipe. But yeah, she was like the key boss that they used in Theater Rhythm all the time from 14. More than any other character. It's weird. Hey, Cornflakes, doing well. We're taking on the boss Tsukuyomi.
My new picture's there.
Oh, nice. Looks good.
I spent all last stream making
It's going to be a
Nope, but we'll just do our best. Oh, jeez.
Your end is near.
I wasn't quite fast enough to get out of all of it. Oh, the wrong button. Holy crap. That? What the hell? Oh, we gotta stop her suffering. We gotta kill her mom and dad. Spectre of the Patriarch and the Matriarch, that's her mom and dad. She feeds on it, so the more she suffers, the stronger she becomes. The Empire and just two empires. Now there's a Spectre of Asahi. Yes, we get to kill him, kinda. Mm-hmm. Oh, there's Xenos. Of course, we can't stop him. Ah, Gosetsu! Save him from Xenos! Yes, that is actually him. Oh my god, this is a good one. Because he's protecting her. He learned to care about her. Yeah, it's not actually him. No, I thought you knew because it was it's all been Spectres. This is pretty awesome. I'm staying on black. Nope. Should have been black. I went to white and I was wrong. Oh well. It wouldn't be a stream if I didn't die as during one of these. Oh, the songs in Final Barline? I think I remember that. I think it was like the last song in Final Barline. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Took more hits, but it's just easier than running around. Come to the dark side. We have cookies.
Not yet. I'll grind you under my heel.
What's that? Sorry, I'm getting text from Ash.
I'll grind you under my heel.
Ah, dang it, caught me. It's alright, we almost got her. Does Final Barline go all the way to Shadowbringers? I kind of forgot. Oh boy, this is looking a little rough. Thank you, son. We got her. Not that I did much there at the end, but we got her.
Either.
Ah, I went to white hair. Yeah. Huh. Well, that was a cool fight. Alright. White hair could also mean purity, Geeky Griffin. We purified her of her darkness, or she could be dead. Either or. No, she's probably dead looking at that. Oh! That was definitely her brother. Please, can we kill him? Lon, please, just lance him through the heart. Just kill him.
Yeah, why are we just standing there looking?
You really must learn to finish the job.
He's right there.
'Tis true that a gaudy mirror and a handful of crystals make for a feeble summoning. But even the weakest icon is a god of sorts. A threat that must be put down.
Oh, this kid needs to die.
Why are we just standing there watching him?
I have no idea.
These beings are the sworn enemies of the Empire. I merely did my duty as an Imperial officer. Will you surrender to anger then? Slay an anointed emissary?
Ah, it's politics.
Ha! You cannot, of course! To do so would burn the bridges we have labored so hard to build. Oh, but I'm forgetting. They're already ash. This Dorman woman has seen to that. The Empire cannot ally itself with any nation that refuses to renounce summoning. I believe I was most clear on that point.
Kill him.
It should have been mine. The power he bestowed upon her. I should have been the one to govern Dorma. I would have repaid his faith. No one alive loves him more than I!
He doesn't care about that.
No, he does not.
Instead, this harlot betrayed his trust. Useless piece of filth! Worthless whore!
Please, somebody kill him. Thank you! Gosetsu? Thank you. Just a feeling. Oh, no, it actually, it looks like it was her. Oh, nice. Go Yotsuyu.
These people, our people, they ignore the corruption which festers beneath the surface. Cast aside that which is dirty and broken. Speak not of things which would disrupt their dreary little lives. Like you, Asahi. Always pretending not to see. You were the first.
Cat Eve with 100 bits. 100 bits to whoever killed Asahi. Thank you. Yotsuyu, best girl.
I don't know about that.
No, not really, but I appreciate it at this moment. Teeth.
Gross. Did not the douches.
I had thought my hunger insatiable. But now I am satisfied.
No more Dango for her. She was always hungry for Dango, but now she got, you know, was able to kill her really, really terrible brother.
And parents, technically.
Yeah.
You should feel honored, dear brother. I saved the last of my strength, just for you.
He probably isn't dead.
No, I feel like
We have bad luck.
I no, they usually kill some of them. That's I think he's dead.
Xenos. Need I remind you?
Yeah.
I can't trust anything in this game. They kill my favorites. They resurrect my least favorites. I'm stressed.
What's the matter? The Witch of Doma will soon be dead.
I'm gonna say. What are you gonna say?
So you deserved a kinder fate.
I'll go with Gosetsu will mourn you. Alpha points out they also brought back Gosetsu.
He will mourn.
That's true.
Perhaps.
He better stay alive.
What did he say? What did she say?
Her happiness was never to be, not in this world.
He will mourn Suyu, perhaps.
I wonder.
Yeah.
Was the fruit as sweet as he remembered?
I have to imagine by the end of Endwalker, since it's the end of the, you know, story arc that's been going since the beginning of Final Fantasy XIV, that all of our major enemies will be dead by that point. Kill him. Oh, we gotta suffer through this kid even more.
Her last line got me.
Aww. Amy's crying. I'm sorry, Amy.
Xenos. I am at your disposal.
Ah, this is how we learn that Xenos is still alive.
Asahi, you were born of Doma, yes?
Yes, my lord. I am honored that you would remember me. How may I serve?
You are hereby appointed Ambassador Plenipotentiary, and empowered to speak with the voice of the Emperor. Return to your native land of Doma, and announce your intention to sue for peace.
Polyglot says she made sure the bleeding out would last a long time.
For peace.
Once negotiations are underway, you are to locate the acting viceroy.
She lives? That is to say, I will, my lord.
When you have found her, you will initiate a ritual to call forth an icon. I will instruct you in the necessary steps. Yotsuyu's faith is unreliable, but as a child raised to believe in the Kami, she will serve as a vessel for one of the Kojin's gods. She need only wish it to be so.
Bruce Scary Helicopter? No. Somehow he survived slitting his own throat.
The power will seem a gift, but the icon's essence will consume her. She will be no more than a husk, a slave to whim and desire.
My lord, ever since the day you saw fit to save my miserable life, I have dreamed of repaying your benevolence. Upon my honor, I swear to devote myself wholly to your service. All that you command will be done, no matter the cost. But I fear the subtleties of your plan yet elude me. From the reports I have heard, the champion who aids the Doman resistance would make short work of a single icon.
The icon is merely a message. The pacifist teachings of the Populares spread through this city like a plague. And I would remind the people of the threat we face. You will be my chosen agent. The hand which tolls the warning bell. The salvation of this world will not be won through the signing of treaties.
Your chosen agent. I will not fail you, my lord.
So not even clever enough to come up with this whole plan himself. And Xenos isn't really one for planning, so eesh, that's really bad for him.
My master, Lord Xenos, he will come for you.
Yeah, I killed him once, so. You okay?
You have prevailed, I see.
Poor Gosetsu.
She is gone. Wherefore did the Kami spare us, only to inflict this pain?
Poor Gosetsu.
Death shall not want for company this day. You spared us a worse disaster, but I fear our fledgling peace with the Empire was beyond saving.
There was no way that was going to work. Kazu Zolera saying Yotsuyu was the prime example of a monster being made, not born. Both her family and Doman society created her. Truly a tragic character. Yeah, that's for sure. I did not expect to come around on her the way I did.
Maxima, is it not? I assumed you long fled.
I entertain thoughts of escape even now, but our negotiations have yet to reach a satisfying conclusion. The ambassador insisted that the summoning spelled an end to our mission here. But it seemed to me there was more to the tale.
I'm gonna say Xenos was behind the plot. Or, oh, you saying this? Okay, I'll say I saw a vision.
I have heard tell of this power you wield. And in your vision,
Yeah,
you witnessed
same
Lord
one.
Xenos giving these orders.
And how can that be?
It's funny, Amy and I playing
Xenos
together,
is
just
dead.
how little these choices really change things.
I saw his body with my own eyes.
Oh, we'll get answers to this potentially.
Forgive me, but Lord Xenos is very much alive. He granted our party an audience prior to our departure. That he was gravely wounded is certain, but his recovery appeared to be proceeding apace.
I'm afraid I share Lord Hien's confusion. The man's death was confirmed and his remains interred. These are matters of public record.
Put in the ground, buried.
I have no doubt you believe what you say. But what then is the explanation? That an imposter has infiltrated the innermost circle of the Imperial cause? The idea is inconceivable, absurd. But worthy of investigation nonetheless. Our movement can ill afford to have a highly placed pretender undermining our efforts.
I wonder, real quick before you go any further, theory time. Get that hamster wheel from Amy's streams going. What if it's one of the, it's been so long since we've seen them, the cloaked guys possessing Xenos' body?
Oh, like the Lana Brea people?
Yeah. The Asians.
Oh, yeah, Asians.
What if the Asians are actually behind this? Wouldn't that be something? Yeah, chat's reminding me of Asians now.
Your efforts may yet bear fruit. Tell me, what is to become of our prisoners?
Now, isn't that interesting?
Though we have already taken custody of our conscripts, we have yet to release your Imperial comrades. Do you still intend to collect them?
Yes. As the late ambassador's second in command, it falls to me to speak on the Empire's behalf. And I'm happy to confirm our intent to proceed according to the original agreement.
Who would have guessed Maximo would turn out to be like a decent dude?
It would be a pity to abandon such a promising beginning.
I mean, he's actually willing to go through with the prisoner exchange, so that's a better sign than...
Have my thanks, Lord Hien. As soon as our people are secure aboard our airship, we shall depart straightways for Garlemald.
Tread lightly, Pilus. I sense treachery awaits you there.
He's probably one of those peaceful-seeking people.
Might I accompany you to the capital?
Alphino, have you gone mad?
Now, I'm with her. What the...
Imposter or no, if Xenos was instructing Asahi on the finer points of ritual summoning, then experience tells us there is an Asian waiting in the
See,
woods.
Alphino's in the right idea.
Without our knowledge and expertise, our new friends will be hard-pressed to contend with a foe for whom death is but a minor inconvenience. They need our help.
Were you indeed willing to share your knowledge of this enemy, we would not shun your counsel.
You truly mean to do this? In full knowledge of the danger?
I have seen the Warrior of Light risk his life on countless occasions. Next to him, I'm scarce more than a distraction on the battlefield.
Ian's no Amric in terms of smarts.
No. Ian is not exactly that smart. He's maybe more of on the himbo line of things.
I can strike bargains, and change minds. And where better to do these things than in the home of our old enemy?
I believe in you, Alphino. Oh, we think the same.
Okay, you can say the same thing.
Hey, Ice Climber.
Tis not for me to stop you.
It's the same thing, yeah.
I would have you consider an alternative arrangement. Rather than braving the Empire as a simple traveler, go forth as an emissary of Doma. Such a position should offer you some measure of protection.
First time chat from Entilza Valen. Thank you very much for being here, saying he and best expansion bro, in my opinion. Better than Amric. I mean, you still agree.
What?
You like Ian better than Amric?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I like Amric as well.
Yeah.
Gosetsu is also a favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Go then. You've obviously made up your mind. Just try not to do anything reckless, all right?
I shall be on my best behavior. Farewell, my friends.
Emmerich is smarter and more suave, whereas Hien is more of a himbo. Very interesting move from Alpha now.
Yes.
He was true, bro. That's how that goes.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see what they have to say. Alpha, no, you impulsive fool. I thought about trying to talk him out of it, but I know what I would say if the roles were reversed. Stubbornness is something of a family trait. Gosetsu dragged himself here from his sickbed, only to be greeted by only to be greeted by the sight of Yotsuyu's corpse. I had not the words to comfort him. I knew Usagi was planning some manner of treachery, but a summoning? Thank the kami you were here, my friend. None of us would have escaped Yotsuyu's vengeance had you not intervened. She was a pawn, but she still had a choice, and she chose to submit to the ambassador's plan. 'Tis little wonder Gosetsu departed in silence. I gather he left the same way he came, alone aboard a rowing boat. As for the conscripts, most made it to the Sekibune before the battle began in earnest, but the vessel yet awaits on the riverbank for those who did not flee in time. Then I suggest we put this doleful place behind us and make for the Enclave together, which would be a shame to miss the joyous reunion. Gonna try to end this on a happy note. Ish. Yep, his father did survive. Uncomplicated happiness in Final Fantasy XIV? Never.
How often have I imagined this moment? Thank you for helping it come to pass.
They're ready for a speech.
There you are.
What are you up to, Gosetsu? Oh.
Gosetsu, your hair.
My friend, what have you done?
An old man who cannot raise his blade has no place in the service of a young lord. Thus did I decide to devote my remaining days to pilgrimage. I will walk this land, offering prayers of repose for all the souls who left this life in suffering.
All of them?
Safe travels, Gosetsu.
You know, I was picking Don't Leave Us.
Oh, I didn't know that, honestly.
I love him. He can't leave.
A fulsome farewell makes for an enjoyable journey.
What do you say?
Did you read it? This is
This is no forlorn and final farewell. Send me on my way with a smile, my friends. And for mine, he said, a fulsome farewell makes for an enjoyable journey.
Scarcely have we said our goodbyes to Alphino, and you leave us too. But 'tis well that my companions find their own way forward. I must endeavor to do the same.
I have faith that you will find the best path for Doma without me, my lord. Pray forgive me this last act of selfishness, and grant me your blessing.
You have earned it 1,000 times over. Go in peace, my friend. I shall make of Doma a land where children laugh and none need live in fear.
There is no better way to honor those who went before.
Did you see Time Sage's comment, Amy?
That is good news.
You holding up okay? I know he's a favorite.
And with that, I take my leave.
You know, this is the second stream in a row where a good ally has decided to go on a journey around the world as a way of parting. First Alpha, and now Gosetsu.
Lisa isn't with us anymore either.
Yeah. At least they're not dying as a way to depart. It's a nice change of pace. Let's see what Hanashi has to say. Hey, no more pirate's life for him. What you got for us, Ian? I guess Setsu, fair journey to you, my friend. A bittersweet occasion, but there is yet ample cause to be grateful. Pray join us in the Kian Khan. I would thank you properly. With all that out of the way, Doma should be able to look forward to a period of relative calm. As for us, well, we'll have an intriguing story to tell of everyone back at the Rising Stones. Lord Heian trained under Gosetsu from the day he was old enough to hold a sword. Though he smiled through all the farewells, none will feel his absence more keenly. Our brothers and sisters are returned to us, and the dream of Doma's restoration is that much closer to being realized. It is a day that will live long in memory, and one that would never have done without the courageous actions of the Scions. On behalf of Doma and her people, we give you our deepest thanks. Lest you think me complacent, I assure you, I have not forgotten the dark cloud on the horizon. That Xenos lives is a source of grave concern, mayhap the gravest. Yet there's little to be done but wait for Alphino to send word. Until then, I plan to devote myself to fulfilling the promise I made to Gosetsu by building a nation in which none need live in fear. I confess I miss him already, but the thought that he has at last found peace goes some way to softening the blow. I wonder, did you ever stop to ask yourself why he showed Yotsuyu such kindness? I believe the answer lies in past tragedy, specifically the death of his wife and daughter during the invasion. Though he hid it well, they were never far from his thoughts, and in Yotsuyu's childlike mien, I believe he saw not a fallen tyrant, but the little girl who was lost to him. Oh. But after the loss of his family, Gosetsu devoted himself wholly to the service of his country. He suffered any hardship, strove beyond the limits of endurance without hesitation or complaint. Though Tsuyu could never truly replace his daughter, I had hoped that with her at his side, he might live out the remainder of his days in relative contentment. Would that the kami had been so minded. Even now I labor to discern any meaning in Yotsuyu's fate. To deliver her from certain death, with no memory of her sins, only to leave her at the mercy of her stepbrother. Can that truly have been their will? That I cannot tell you. The will of the kami is not for us to know. But what I do know is that for a brief moment, a girl known as Tsuyu lived among us. And that she brought with her a whisper of respite for a grieving heart. Is that the end of 3.4? I'm guessing this is not the end of the... Whatever, we'll continue talking. Don't owe you a great debt, my friend. Thanks to you, we have everything we need to prosper. You and Alice must promise to visit us again soon. And Alpha No too, when he returns from the Empire. Know that my thoughts go with him. Technically 2 more quests. Okay, good to know. See you, best girl. Not, yeah. Yotsuyu. However far his pilgrimage may take him, we have not seen the last of Gosetsu. Of that I am certain. I think it's time we were going, don't you? We've done all we can here, and we have a lot to report. But before we head back to the Rising Stones, let's call in at Rauger's Reach. We should be the ones to tell Lise about Xenos. After everything we went through, we owe her that. That's right, you get an achievement when you're done. It just felt like such an ending point. Alright, let's go to Rauger's Reach. Nice little preview of how our streams of Shadowbringers is going to go, huh? You okay? Oh, poor Amy is still feeling it. What was the line from Yotsuyu that got you? There's Lise. They've been quiet since their treachery in the throne room, but the Kelana are a problem we'll need to solve at some point. Milan, Alice, you're back. No Alpha, no. It's good to see you, Lise. As for my headstrong brother, he's off on what will almost certainly turn out to be a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Garlemald. It's a long story, but we have evidence that Xenos might still be alive. What? But that's... If this is a joke, gods, this had better be a joke. Look, I know what I saw, all right? We all saw it. And here you are saying he's alive and well and living in the high life back in Garlemald? I know how ludicrous this sounds. I'm still having difficulty believing it myself, but while I might doubt the word of an Imperial envoy, I'm inclined to trust Milan's. He saw the Crown Prince through the Echo, in a meeting that could only have taken place in the recent past. It was him. It was Xenos. I don't know that he's alive, but it's Xenos. No, it must have been I don't know, some kind of really convincing imposter. Xenos is dead. He had a great big hole in his neck. We buried him. Aye, and someone went to the trouble of desecrating the bastard's grave, remember? Oh. Thal's gilded halls. Whatever are you talking about? Desecrated the grave, meaning dug up his grave and took the body. Thancred, what brings you to the Reach? Alphino had me lending a hand at the saltery, keeping an eye on the rebuilding work and so on, just until operations were up and running. And now that they are, I thought I might look in on you before wending my weary way back to the headquarters. Wow, that was a alliteration. Forgive me if I misheard, but is there some suggestion the late Crown Prince could have gotten better? If so, might I suggest a quick look inside his coffin as our first order of business? As much as I hated the man, it doesn't feel right defiling his grave. But if it will put this rumor to rest, I suppose we have to. And when there are no curious eyes about, if we can manage it. Xenos is buried at the Blood Hoe in the Locks. His grave was set apart from the others and left unmarked so as not to upset the locals. Kara goes, did this guy own a sword? Because if so, it would be the Xenos blade. Oh my god. Then it shouldn't be too hard to find. Huh? Yeah, he had a lot of blades. Naga, you're in charge until I get back. I get the feeling we'll never be too far away from Lys. I guess Port of Pretoria. Makes this area so much easier to explore. Yeah, same here, Starmac. The Regalia is the only thing I own that has more than one seat. It's how Amy and I always fly together. Yeah, but only from a limited time event too, so. My money is on writhing snakes, possibly spiders. Let's prise it open and see what comes out. Most of the graves are grouped together, but they managed to find a lonely spot for Xenos, didn't they?
Yeah, who wants to be next to him?
Right.
I'm surprised they even buried him.
I know.
They just burned it.
Yeah, that would have been better. This is it. Gods, he'd better be in there. Someone scrawled all over the stone a while ago, but I had it scrubbed off and thought no more about it. So no one thought to check if the coffin was still occupied. Well, then we are presented with one course of action. And we had best be sure we are not observed in the doing of it. Shall we begin?
What do you think, Derek? Empty or in there?
I think it's going to be empty, but I still think an Ascian is possessing him.
Oh dear. We seem to be missing a corpse.
Yep.
Well, it must be somewhere. I only hope it isn't walking around.
Who is this? It's just one of the Rauger's Reach soldiers. What the heck?
Estinian.
No, that's definitely not Estinian.
I know, I was just joking.
I don't know who the heck that was.
Just joking because of the thing Mary sent us.
Oh, right.
Estinian. Is your Groon? Whatever.
Oh my gosh. If there's no corpse, then are we to conclude the rumors are true? Not necessarily. We might still be dealing with a doppelganger of some kind. An agent could have been sent to dispose of the body in a bid to lend credence to the tale of Xenos' resurrection. More and more, however, I find myself siding with Alphino's theory of Asian possession. Speaking from experience, I can tell you they have no qualms about taking a living host, let alone a dead one. You're saying an Asian is walking around in Xenos' body? It seems a distinct possibility. Once I have put this grave back the way we found it, I shall pay a visit to the people responsible for interring the Crown Prince. Before leaping to any conclusions, I want to know for sure if a body was ever buried here, and how certain we are that Xenos was properly dead. If he wasn't, that was some trick. He as good as cut his own head off. Anyway, Raban needs to hear about this. If you find anything out, send word to me at Rauger's Reach.
See, Alpha knows what I'm talking about in the chat.
Nice. I don't know why I'm surprised. With matters settling down in Doma, we were due another crisis. Shall we make for the Rising Stones then? It's past time we shared these developments with the others. Oh, nice instant teleport. While I was waiting for you to arrive, I spoke with Oriange over Link Pearl and gave him a full report. Y'shtola is on her way and should be here any... Ah! Yeah, we haven't seen Y'shtola in a while. LSA, Milan, 'tis good to see you safe and well. What news have you from the East? Disturbing developments indeed. Given all that we know, I too would conclude that an Asian now inhabits Xenos' body. A doppelganger might fool the Crown Princess's subordinates, but Milan, nay Alphino, had the right of it. Would that his wisdom extended to the question of his own safety. Capable though he's become, he ventures alone into the enemy's stronghold and the shadowy web of the Paragons like as not. When it comes to making rash decisions, I'm hardly in a position to criticize, but I'm worried. I just wish there was something I could do for him besides pray. Last quest before we begin building towards Shadowbringers. Oh boy. Well, here's the Imperial Palace. We cannot suffer icons to exist. Was I not clear on this point? More than clear. The icon in question was summarily dispatched by the Warrior of Light. The summoner is dead, and the right beyond repeating. Everything proceeded according to plan, every party behaving exactly as required. My methods may seem extreme, but there is no cause for concern. I work only to ensure the salvation of this star. He is definitely possessed.
And he knows it too.
Mm-hmm.
The other guy. Yeah.
His dad, yeah. So that make you feel a little better that he's actually dead and just possessed?
No, because he's so ugly. I don't want to see him.
Oh. What are you doing fiddling with that thing? I asked you a question, soldier.
This is the one in question.
Yeah, that was watching us. That's not what Estinian uses as a weapon. What are you? Have you lost your mind? Don't you remember the scene of Emperor talking to Elidibus and Elidibus showing him his face? It's been a bit geeky, Griffin, so I don't quite remember that. I have lost many things, but my mind is yet my own. There upon the stage I stood, prepared to take my final bow, only to find that the finale was but an intermission.
So the one in the white cape? My guy? Is that who?
Maybe? Shall I use this chance to repent for my sins, embrace the goodness and mediocrity? I think Elidibus was the one in white, I believe. Embrace goodness and mediocrity. Nay, I think not. While the one I yearn to face yet lives, the hunt must go on. Is this guy Justinian? Is that like a soul transfer or something?
I don't know if it actually is.
No, he's talking like not Justinian. He's talking like excuse me. Xenos. Yeah, Xeno. I mean, he has me on an Justinian kick. Xenos is what I meant to say. All right, lunar cycle. That is it. So, that is it for the Stormblood section. When next we pick up with the story, we'll be diving headfirst into Shadowbringers, but it's not quite time for that yet. We have something hopefully less emotional for you.
What?
As we get into the Ivalice raids.
Oh yeah.
Oh, still one quest. We just got a true achievement. We got an achievement. What the hell? All right.
One more.
One more. We get an emote.
Look at the emote.
I know. It's been an eventful few days, hasn't it? But I suppose all we can do now is wait for the word from Alpha now. I don't recall the last time I had nothing pressing to get on with. We should probably make the most of it. Shall I put on some tea? Tea would be lovely. You may regale me with the tale of your adventures in the Far East and of your encounter with this new primal especially. I'll put the kettle on then. That table looks free if you'd like to take a seat. Oh, I just get to have some tea with everybody apparently. Oh. Long scenes apparently. Wow, okay.
Alright then. Oh yeah, you gotta roll credits, I guess. Is that what everyone wants?
Well, this is just the end of 4.3. There's no credits yet.
Right.
Interesting. So this Tsukuyomi was summoned in much the same manner as Susanoo via the medium of a sacred relic. That's right. I believe their gods, or kami, reside in physical objects. Given the danger they represent, it may behoove us to begin a catalog of such relics. But if we are to contain the threat, we will require a better understanding of the summoning method itself. I believe I shall pay a visit to Doma and learn what I can on the subject. A fine idea, and I know for a fact that our friends in Doma would be grateful for any information which could help prevent the further summoning in the region. I will pen you a letter of introduction. Lord Hien will wish to welcome our resident expert on aetherology. Greetings. Could it be that I'm in time for tea? It certainly looks that way. Come on, sit down and tell us how your investigations went. After you left, I went about questioning Bloodhouse gravekeepers. They all told much the same story. Once Lise and her officers had confirmed Xenos dead, his corpse was interred under strict supervision. There seems little reason to doubt their testimony on that point, but when I mentioned the defacement of Xenos' grave, accounts grew rather more vague. None reported having seen any suspicious persons in the vicinity, and all assumed the act to have been perpetrated by a vengeful Alamegan. Crucially, however, I was able to confirm that when the offending scrawl was removed, as per Lisa's instruction, no one involved thought to check the contents of the coffin. By that stage, 'tis likely the corpse was already missing. Assuming Xenos has not, in fact, risen from the dead, we are left with two possibilities. Either the body was disposed of to lend credence to the claims of an extremely committed imposter, or an Asian has taken up residence within it. If Asahi was as fervent of a devotee as you believe, he would not have been fooled by an impersonation, however committed. We must assume that we are dealing with an Asian and proceed accordingly. Agreed. The question is, how many more such monsters are waiting for Alphino and Garlemald? Their presence was his chief reason for going. He understood the risks, I only hope he did not underestimate the extent of the infestation. Oh man, if the Asians have taken over most of Garlemald, that'd be a wild aspect. But there didn't seem to be that many Asians. Master Alphino, we are making good speed towards our destination. Is aught amiss? Nay, 'tis just I can see naught from my cabin, and I was curious to know the land over which we flew. I'm afraid our military craft are built with little thought for such niceties. I am happy to indulge your curiosity, however. We are presently passing over the burn on the western edge of Othard. Even with the benefit of a porthole, your gaze would have been greeted with naught but malms upon malms of lifeless earth. I've read something of the burn. It was described as a desolate wasteland, blood dry of every last drop of ether. Aye, it is believed that a succession of icon summonings was responsible. When Emperor Solus first came to Othard and beheld this blight, he is said to have reeled at the scale of the devastation. He declared icons a threat to our very star's existence, and issued an empire-wide decree ordering the eradication of all such entities. Oh boy, report. We're under attack, sir. Magitech armor, no visible designation. Magitech? But who? All cannons return fire, damage report. The main reactor's been hit. Helm unresponsive. We're going down, sir. Damn it, they knew exactly where to hit us. All hands brace for impact. Usually not this easy to take out a Garlemald ship. Glad to have you back, Master Alphino. We have landed in one piece, more or less. But the air filtration system is damaged and the ship is filling with smoke. We must gather the survivors and get out while we still can. Aye, aye. Oh.
I think we have to.
Oh, pfft. Of course. We can skip.
How do you do it?
I just push escape and hit skip, touching maybe circle or something. Skip again. Are we gonna play as Alphino?
Ooh, are we?
Oh my god, we are.
What? Okay, that's neat.
Oh. Where is... We got Ruin 3. How does he summon his...
Ruin is a one that does damage.
Yeah, he doesn't... Man, no wonder he's weak. He doesn't have that many things. Oh, that's why we're playing as... Good thing we both play summoners. Not that it's that complicated. I never would have expected to actually play as Alpha now. That's wild.
The other guy alive, we're in trouble. He's not in the party, so I can't tab over to him.
Who are these fellas? I'm going to use this tri-shackle because that does a lot of damage to everyone. Could really use a tank. Just gonna heal myself up because, my God. Alphino, we really need to put you through some training. If I had to guess, Garlemald is rooting out the populaires. Oh, jeez. Confound it, not here, not like this. What in the world? Who in the Emperor's name? Enemies of our enemies. Introductions can wait. You are calm in a crisis, Master Alphino. Let us finish this then. This guy has an awesome look to him, that's for sure. And I imagine people were freaking out at these moments. How about you not focus on me? You have no idea how freaked out I made people. God, I love this song. Has this ever happened in other MMOs? I honestly don't know. Hello. I kind of need to rescue this dude. Oh, that ain't good. I have my limit break. I wonder if I should use it. Oh no. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and use it. Now we're talking. What's that? Still not gone. Whew. Well, that was awesome. My thanks. Your intervention proved most timely. Well, well, I did not think to meet a Eorzean in this place, let alone a Scion. You know of me, sir? I have some small history with your order. But I would speak of the present. Know you of your assailants, and the severity of your predicament. Soldiers bore the insignia of the Emperor's personal guard, and I could venture a guess as to their motive. Yet you have have us at a disadvantage, sir. Will you not tell us who you are? Our names are not yours for the asking, and as for our purpose, let this be your answer. An Asian mask? The face of our prey. We must away before more arrive. Come with us or stay, but make your choice now. Even should we manage the long trek out of the burn and secure passage to the capital, we would no doubt be greeted by the Emperor's guard. Indeed, we accept your gracious offer. Shadow Hunter will suffice for the present. Oh, I just need to meet his brother, Shadowbringer. Come. I did not expect Maximo to be somebody that stuck around. Oh man. He hunts Asians.
Or Mandalorian.
Well, I got chills from that. Now, that is an interesting way to just... Whose mask was that? Wait, was that... Was that mask the mask of Xenos' helmet? This is intolerable, but as much as I wish it were otherwise, there is nothing we can do for Alphino now but pray for his success. Yeah, do you remember that last match that they focused on? Because I certainly don't.
Not at this time.
No,
we play too infrequently.
We're too infrequent. We're not common enough for that, so I don't know. I'm sure they'll point it out. Well, that's not entirely true. While your brother journeys to Garlemald from the east, I could make my way there from Alamigo and find out what there is to be learned in the Empire's western provinces. Then I'm coming with you. I can't very well sit here sipping tea if there's action to be taken. Forgive me, Alice, but the provinces are hostile territory and stealth is all important. It is safer that I go alone. I can sneak well enough when the situation demands it. Don't patronize me. We should leave this to Thancred. Not you two. I understand.
Exactly would that be any better?
I knew she'd be upset about me going. So that's why I said, just listen. I understand your frustration, Alice, but Milan has the right of it. We must defer to Thancred's expertise in this matter.
Thancred refuses our help anyway.
Ah.
If you want to read it.
Okay, yeah. Thancred says, I must refuse your company as well, my friend. Formidable though you are, the success of my mission depends on moving unnoticed, and lest you forget, you have grown rather famous. I trust you understand. That was what they said for the other response. Fine, just promise you'll be careful. Wow. Guarantee that got people talking for that final mission. Alice and her brother bicker as all siblings do, but she worries for him nonetheless. It would be a kindness if you were to visit from time to time and distract her from her cares. Well, I best put on my skulking boots. There will be no room for mistakes once I've crossed the border from Alamigo. It seems that praying is to be the extent of my contribution after all, but I will stay behind, as I've been bid. We all have our talents. Mine just happen to involve a silver tongue and soft souls. I promise to send word the moment I learn aught of consequence. See that you notify me too. I mean to depart for Doma as soon as I find a suitable East Aldenard vessel to bear me thither, but I shall return if I am needed. Be sure to drop in whenever you're next in the area, Milan. With any luck, I'll have a painfully detailed report from Alphino to share. And we get that emote for all this. Ponder. There's me, deep in thought.
It's so minute.
I know, it's so minor. Now we are done with 4.3. What a set. My God. I am aware that there's not many missions between basically from 4.4 to the beginning of Shadowbringers. So I don't know. We might make decent time. I don't know what we have in store. That's what's kind of exciting for this. We're kind of out in the open. We have no idea. But that's for story time. Next time, we're going to do Ivalice and see how long that takes to get through. We have a lot of story to get through, so hopefully you all are aware of Final Fantasy XII and Final Fantasy Tactics, as I hear that has quite a bit to do there. So yeah, get to look forward to that. And just appreciate everyone being here, following along, of course, and excited to see what else we can discover as we go along. So yeah. Good ending to Stormblood, though definitely tragic in the way Yotsuyu ended. You actually kind of end up rooting for her, that's for sure. Suyu, yeah. And yeah, I was aware that the writer of Tactics was literally invited to write the story, so yep, we are there. Alright, in the meantime, let's see if there's anybody we can raid real quick. Fushi's playing Mario Kart. We can raid Fushi. That'll work. What can we say? What can we do for a raid message? She will not understand anything Actually, does she play Final Fantasy XIV?
She did for a little while. I don't know how far she got.
Yeah. For some reason, I want to go Alpha No. You know what? I like that. It actually kind of works. Under the Moonlight. We'll just go simple with that. Let's go Under the Moonlight. We'll do that. And yeah, that should be our raid. As a reminder, we'll be back on, well, I'll be back on Sunday for more Danganronpa 2 as we get our first punishment. We finished the trial, now it's time for the punishment and see what's next. Monday will be more Pikmin 2 as we continue to pay off our debts. And of course, Wednesday we'll begin our Ivalice raids. So good stuff all around. Look forward to that. Thank you all so much for being here. Really do appreciate it. And we will see you very soon. You guys have a great rest of your week. And take care.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.